Show. Always Irish Show. Always Irish Show. Sometimes it's good to just yell about football. What are you doing? Don't do this to me, Harry! The Ohio State. It's Ohio State! What do you mean, the? It's a poison! I almost stroked out and died over it. I'm glad to be at the party. I'm mad we're this late. You ain't a captain of nothing but a sinking ship! That helps the defense without them even doing a damn thing! Doing a damn thing! The call-in line. 312-988-15. You tell Johnny all you've heard and seen. No Irish. No Irish. No Irish. No Irish. Irish. Yeah, that's right. I didn't even get through my that's right yet. And people disagree with me. People are mad at my takes. People are asking what I'm thinking. There's a lot going on in the chat already. We already got a couple phone calls. People want to talk about blue and gold, what we got coming, what they're looking forward to, all that kind of. Happy to have you here. That's right. Welcome in, folks. We're getting close. We're getting close. And here's the thing. I always feel weird getting this excited for the blue and gold game. But at the same time, man, it's the last football we have until all through summer, all the way into August. It's going to be a long, long time without football. So dive right in and enjoy it. And it's the last football game you're going to have in a while where Notre Dame's not able to lose. And that's a good day. Any day I could go to Notre Dame Stadium and there's no risk of losing, that's a good day for me. So that's what I want to go over today. Put it in the chat. Put it in the call. I just want to know what you're looking for blue and gold. I want to know what your eyes are going to be drawn to. I want to know what you want to see, what progress you're trying to measure. I want to know that. As always, thank you for being here. You can find the program on YouTube. Do it. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Appreciate it very much. Give the video a thumbs up. That helps Johnny Boy out as well. Notifications on that way you alerted every time a new episode drops. I know you don't want to miss it. Twitter. Search bar Always Irish or at Always Irish Inc. Emails alwaysirishnd@gmail.com. Audio only anywhere you want it. You can get it if you don't want to see my face. I don't blame you. The call-in lines, you already know them. 312-988-15. Light them up. Tell me all you heard and seen, okay? USA Today, Irish Wire. You can read all about it. Patreon.com/Always Irish. Former captain leading tackler Mike Goolsby and myself breaking it all down. We added some new features, going to get interactive, do live streams there. So we're putting together plans for next season. It's going to be fun. Thanks for everybody that's there. Oh boy. All right. Geez, where to start? The callers, a couple of you, I want to get you in because I know you have things to do. Maybe we'll do that first, and then I'll go back to my chats here. Let's see. Here's one thing. We'll do this early. I said, do we think Notre Dame's going to be done with the transfer quarterback thing next year? And then I said, I kind of am ready to be done with that and kind of go with one of our guys and grow and develop. And Andrew says, why? I think that's so cliche. Look at the 2 early top 10. 6 are likely to start a transfer quarterback. Let's see how this Riley Leonard thing goes. But do you reach a point when you're Notre? I don't think this is, here's where I'm at. I don't think this is the same for every team and every program. Are you following me? I don't know why, but somewhere in the back of my mind, I just think Notre Dame's most consistent, stable path upward, trajectory-wise, is finding a young, talented quarterback that the team could grow around. Then again, if you have Riley Leonard this year and it goes great, then that proves that works. It also matters who's available. That's the other thing. It also matters who's available. So when you say a transfer, There's a difference between a Riley Leonard and a Sam Hartman, and then just another body to fill a spot if Angeli leaves or Minchie leaves. That's a totally different dynamic. I'm not talking about a body to fill up a spot in the quarterback room. I'm talking about like a starting level guy. A starting level guy. So I don't know. It's let's hope it works out this year with what we're trying to do. Like, I don't know, man. A part of me is just like, let's find a young, talented guy and grow. I don't know. But then nobody's going to have the patience for a young guy's mistakes either. So, like, you're not going to be able to win this with the fan base. Because if you go with a young guy that's like, say you went with Carr next year as the starter. So he would be a sophomore here, probably not playing a lot this year. And then he's the starter. There's going to be a lot of mistakes there. And nobody in Notre Dame land's willing to live with the mistakes. So I don't know. And then maybe it's a Notre Dame thing in my brain that I'm saying, I don't think the situation in Notre Dame's the same as some of these other like a pure football factory. Are you following me? Like Notre Dame's not a football factory. I think the 1-year rental drop in with all these moving parts sometimes can work easier at a football factory where people come and go and it's less about the culture and more of a business transaction and all that. Then again, I'm open to you saying that's just me in my own head. That's just me in my own head. You could say that, and I'm open to that. Also, here's the other thing. These are good problems to have. These are good problems to have. I was reading the chats earlier. Multiple people were saying nobody can agree on the right slotting of these quarterbacks. And depending on who you ask, they have a different favorite in the camp of what they want to happen and what they want that slotting to be. Depending on who you're talking to, they have different idea of who they like or don't like and why, all that kind of stuff. That's a good problem to have. It's a good problem to have. And you're going to lose at least one of these guys at some point. It's going to happen. So it's just a matter of figuring out the right slotting and keeping who you need to keep and then letting the other guys go. So I don't know. Chat, please stop comparing you guys' situations to Georgia, Bama, or OSU. Just stop. It's not the same. Yeah, I mean, certainly the talent level isn't the same as at those places. But I mean, I don't see anybody comparing the results. Like, are we? I don't know. All right, I want to get the first couple callers in, let them go on with their day. Nick, you're out of your meeting. Stay tuned. I've given Dr. John his normal opening spot. Nick, I'll go to you right after. Dr. John, what's going on?
Oh, Molly, that was fast.
You like that?
Yeah, that was very nice. Very nice. 8:08 on my wall clock here. So that's pretty good.
There you go. Hey, Dr. John, first things first.
Yeah.
Good, solid Masters. Scotty Scheffler's the best player in the world. It surprises nobody that he won. John, it was a little dry for me on the weekend. I needed more drama. We didn't get a big Sunday push with a bunch of back nine drama. I would have liked that, but a good Masters. But, I mean, there wasn't much excitement.
You're right. My boy got into trouble with a couple doubles. Morikawa, I was really on his bandwagon. But you're right. When you said that Monday, I'm sitting here nodding my head. Yeah, it wasn't that usual last 3 or 4 holes where you're hanging on every shot.
Yeah. So
I would. In fact, I didn't even watch the ceremony. So
yeah, I would have liked some drama, but really good player and good for him. So Dr. John, we're in blue and gold territory. I would love to know what's on your radar.
Wide receivers.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to be looking at. I want to see some speed out there and
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want. The quarterback drama too. But here's my take on the quarterbacks right now. Whoever takes that first snap down in College Station, I'm confident in the staff, whoever it is, saying this is our best chance to win. You know, screw the NIL if you have to.
Yeah.
This is the guy that's gonna give us the best chance. That's the bottom line.
Yeah. And you know what? You know where else my mind's going with these quarterbacks? Somebody hinted to it on the chat line before the show started. This has really been in my mind, John. Depending on the outcome of the A&M game, the quarterback thing gets even more interesting because whoever it is for injury or wins the job in August, whatever it's going to be, Riley Leonard or somebody else, if you win against A&M, I think it would be unlikely, no matter what it looked like, that people are like wanting a quarterback change, right? Like, I don't see Notre Dame beating A&M playing terrible offensively. So I feel like if you win that game, whoever the quarterback is, people are going to want more of that. And if you lose that game, then you got all these backups that everybody's interested in. You know, people are going to be calling for the backup right away. Like, I know how this goes. So I'm trying not to weight so much of this on week one, but I keep coming back to it being a big needle moving moment. Am I off base?
Well, not about this.
Yeah. I didn't ask in general. We already know that answer. I just think that one result is going to be. Eric says, I disagree, John. It depends how the quarterback plays. I just think it would be a ballsy move if you beat A&M and make a quarterback change. I just think that's really unlikely no matter what. I just think that's unlikely, whatever it looks like. Even if the quarterback looked bad, Dr. John, but we won, then the mentality is going to be, we got through that one with the win. Now you could level back out and find your flow against Northern and Purdue and Miami, Ohio, and all that. So I'm already looking to that. It's a needle mover, baby. That game is a needle mover in every single way possible.
Yeah, I agree. You also, in the chat, I mentioned a 4-letter word on my lawn.
Yeah, which one is it and why?
You just came up with the worst 4-letter word. Lose.
Yeah, that is a bad one. That is a bad one. I love the blue. I love the blue and gold game, man. There's no risk of me leaving thinking being mad Notre Dame lost. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. My anxiety, no stress level for the blue and gold game so low that it registers to me there's something wrong with me because I'm just used to being wound so tight whenever I'm there for a game. Oh man,
you're going to be relaxed,
Dr. John. Let me
get back. What's the weather like? What's the weather forecast?
Probably 50s. I don't think it looks wet, so that's good. I could deal with dry at 50s. Good. Dry 50s I could deal with. I don't think we're going to get like a 70-degree nice, ideal situation, but 50s and dry I could live with. Dr. John, let me go back to those wide receivers for you. How much do you think they're going to show in the blue and gold game? I'm not asking for you to unveil your A&M playbook. I would never expect that. But I do think that this game needs to showcase what those guys could do. Try and get them deep. Let them run some big crossers. See if they could burn by our number one defense and get behind somebody. Like, this isn't the time to be all conservative. It's a practice game. Let's not try anything. I think they need to let these guys run a little bit and open it up, not only to see about the receivers, but the quarterbacks too. Do you agree? I hope we see that action.
I do. I mean, I want to see some wide receivers who can best Watts, who can best Morrison.
Right.
I mean, if you can beat those guys, we've got some wide receivers.
Yeah. And that's another really good point. The defense is way further more developed and fully formed than the offense. It's year 3 of Al Golden. They have some returning veterans you could trust, younger guys mixed in there that you're excited about. Dr. John, I don't know, man. I'm in my own mind with all this stuff. And I don't know if I'm overthinking it or underthinking it. I don't know anymore. But I want to see these guys get some run, and I want to see them flash, and I want to see them running around. And Micah Gilbert, you've been hyped up a lot of this spring. Let's see it. Cam Williams, show that speed early. I want to see some action. Great House is the number one, apparently the most reliable guy, the number one guy, turned a corner, and he looks like the leader now. Let's see it, baby. I want to see all this.
Yeah, I want to see a number of guys play at wide receiver. I don't know what the coach's intentions are, but I would like to see some of these young guys that just came in after for this semester. Let's see them. Let's see what kind of speed they've got. That's what I really am looking for.
Yeah, it's I'm really looking forward to that. Also, Dr. John, the offensive line, I'm really, I'll be honest, I'm really trying to not get all wound up about the reports from last Saturday's scrimmage game where the O-line had some struggles and there was people running unblocked off the edge, all this stuff. It's just one practice. It's not supposed to be a fully formed unit. I'm okay with that, but I have anxieties with that O-line, man. Nothing can tank anything Denbrock wants to do quicker than that. I have anxieties, both tackles. I have anxiety, man.
Well, they need snaps.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have the talent. They just need enough snaps to start having be a natural thing for him, I think.
Dr. John, you bring up a really...
I'm not coaching.
You bring up a really good point, though. One of the things Goolsby and I were debating the other day on Patreon was, with the O-line, the idea of this group may be more talented than last year's or whatever, but that doesn't mean they're going to be a better offensive line this year. This offensive line has younger guys that have a lot of talent, but they don't have a lot of experience. So I think their talent level is actually pretty high, but the experience and working together is low. And so where does that rubber meet the road on the field this year? I don't know. But that's a weird place to be, where I think they could be more talented, but not a better overall unit right away because they're so raw. So that's kind of tricky to work through. But Dr. John, when I'm hearing people say we might need to go find a tackle in the portal after spring, that causes me a little anxiety, because number one is that means that people aren't loving what we have in the building is number one. And number two, what that says is, where are you going to find a starting level tackle that's available in the portal after spring? Anybody that good's going to the draft in 2 weeks, and anybody else should already be a right or left tackle where they're already at. So I have doubts of where you're going to find a tackle that's that good in the portal, because why would one be in the portal? So I don't know, unless you want to go get Caden Proctor. Didn't I see he's in the portal again? But anyways, these are what I run through in my brain with the O-line.
I don't see us picking up somebody in the portal.
Yeah.
I don't. But
yeah,
what do I know?
Yeah, exactly. Well, what do I know? I don't know. I don't know either. That's why I'm racking my brain here every day. And then the other thing, I'm really looking, this defense, Dr. John, it's going to be a good unit. This defense, they're going to be top 10 for sure. And then I want them to get down 5, 6, 7, somewhere like that. What's crystallized in my brain is the euphemisms, cherries on top, icing on the cake. The nuts and bolts of this defense are there, and I trust them, and they're proven. Now it's finding the extra levels. Niche guys, what role, what package do they fit in? finding all that extra stuff. That defense should be really, really good again.
I think if these guys stay healthy, they could very well be in the top 3 in the country. I really think that.
Yeah, they could really crank it up.
Staying healthy is always a question mark.
But. Yep. But you could tell, it feels to me this spring, they're advanced. Like, this defense is advanced. It is year 3 undergo. Like, they know what they're doing. You have veteran leadership. Like, you could just feel the way that spring is gone on that side of the ball. They're really confident, and they're playing with their final touches here. These final niche roles, these little specific. I love it. So that defense is going to be really, really good. What I need the offense to do their part, carry their weight in the big games to make this all come together appropriately.
Yep, they've got to blossom early. So, hey, last week I asked you who you'd like to have a beer with, and you said Leahy, and I mentioned Latner. Latner was a class act. I got to tell you, story when he won the Heisman, he beat out Minnesota's Paul Giel by 150 votes or something like that, which is not very much in the Heisman race. But Latner wrote Giel a letter saying, "You should have won this. I won it because I'm at Notre Dame." Wow. Now that's pretty classy.
Wow. That's really humble. That's a lot of humility there on that one. What a class act that is. I like that, Dr. John. Thanks for the history lesson. So I don't know, man. I'm excited about this. Obviously, staying healthy is the number one issue. But I'm excited, man. I want to see all these quarterbacks. There's a lot to watch. There's a lot to watch this Saturday.
Yeah, there is. I wish I was going to be there. I also, when Commander Luke gave you a call, that was great. I would hope that a lot of those guys that have been in chat for a long time and haven't called, should give you a call. Meet a little bit on the phone.
Yeah, I like that too. Yeah,
that new stuff is great.
I agree with you. That was kind of nice. And a nice guy. There wasn't anything bad with that call or like contentious. We had a good discussion. It was fun. I think Commander changed after that surgery you went in a week or so ago. He came out and he's got a little different attitude, I think.
Was that a lobotomy?
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but he came out and he was being nice. Maybe it was one of those like things, John, maybe it was one of those things where you're like, this could all be over for me. And then when you make it through, then it changes your perspective a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, probably did. Hey, a couple of last things. At some point when I talked to you in the past year, I said, gosh, it'd be fun to see the wall you're looking at, how you structure your program. Because I know you got to have notes up there. I don't know how you slap on them, but it's fun to see a picture of that sometime.
No. I pay.
Don't you want to give away your secret?
No. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Okay, Dr. John, pay no attention. No, how dare you accuse me of having notes? All of this stuff, all these years comes right from my head, Dr. John. There's no notes involved. What do you think? This is all right off my head. I remember it all. How dare you?
Yeah.
You know what?
Because sometimes the light is just right, and I can see the notes reflected in your eyes.
Oh, that's ridiculous! How dare you? I'm offended. But it is interesting. I'm glad you bring that up. Multiple people have asked me just to record a little tour of the studio, showing how I set things up and how I do things. So I might do something with that. But how dare you expose my industry secrets?
Anyway, I'd love to see it. But anyway, have a great blue and gold game. Are you going to have Cotter there with a T-shirt on that says security?
Oh, he's going to be there. His shirt isn't going to say security, but he's going to have a Miller Lite in one hand and a cigar in the other. I can assure you of that.
Yeah, well, tip a couple brews for me, will you? And you know, I don't know. Well, have a little decorum, because I don't think the Pope's going to be in town, but you never know who's going to stop by. So try to keep everybody, keep the decorum going, will you?
Yeah, we're on our best behavior.
Oh, hell, just have fun.
Will do. There will be pictures and videos. You'll see a lot of the same characters, Dr. John. So I'll post them. You'll be,
Good.
I'll let everybody
Sorry,
see.
I can't be there, bud.
That's okay, man. Enjoy it anyways.
Okay,
We'll talk. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll be watching. Love you.
Beautiful. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Oh, what a nice guy. What a nice guy. Chief, the $5 holler. Irony of John hating Star Wars because he can't follow it is. It's so universally popular, literally because it's easy to follow, to know who is bad. No, Chief, I have a response. Nick, you're coming up next. Chief, I have an answer to that. I don't think I watched the first Star Wars when I decided to give it another shot older in life and go back and watch it. Maybe that's my problem. I didn't start with original Star Wars to get like that story or whatever, like the origin story of all of it. I think that was my mistake. Is there's so many Star Wars, none of them mean anything to me. Like the first one, the second one, the return of this. None of that means anything to me. So I think I put one on. That was a more modern one. So there is no backstory. They just jump into whatever they're doing, and 2 minutes in, they're flying into a different galaxy. Ooh, there goes your spaceship. They're flying onto different planets, and there's all this stuff happening. And if you're me, you have no idea what's going on. No idea what's going on. I think that's my problem. I didn't start with that, the original. So when I couldn't, I'm not a dumb guy. I'm dumb with certain things. Comprehension of what's going on is not one of them. But there was galaxy flying and spaceships and all that. And I'm like, bro, I don't even know what's going on, man. I don't even know what's going on. My favorite character is the Sasquatch. Just because he's a Sasquatch. That's my favorite character. Still don't understand why he's in Star Wars. I don't understand what the Sasquatch has to do with any of this. I don't know. You're a golf genius. I'm not kidding. The golf momentum's going down, man. It just is. You got all the beef between the leagues. You don't have all the best players playing in the same spot. Scotty Scheffler's the best player in the world, but he excites nobody. So whatever. So John, did you like Star Trek? Whatever. Chewbacca. Is that Sasquatch's name? Here we go. Commander, we're hammering down on the big blue and gold questions of the week. John, why did you do away with the stash you sported for one day? Do you think it looks stupid or something? I know it looks stupid on me. It definitely looked stupid on me. I still wanted to do it anyways. The wife wanted to kill me. Like, there was a lot of reasons. I didn't want to be banned from being near parks and libraries. Like, there's a lot of reasons why I shaved it, okay? Oh, Nick, I'm coming to you. And then I got a 773. The other thing is people were talking about movies and all that. Did you all see Adam Sandler's coming out with Happy Gilmore Part 2? That's a real thing. I'm not making that up. It's just going to be hard to have Happy Gilmore when Chubbs just passed away over the winter. Like, you still have Shooter and Happy as the main guys. There's no way Grandma's real or alive. She was old in the early 90s. There's no way Grandma's alive. So they're going to have to change some things here. Here's my prediction. If I had to do a prediction of the plot of Happy Gilmore 2, it would be they're going to mirror the PGA Live Tour drama, and Happy Gilmore is going to be in charge of like a normal person's tour, and then Shooter is going to be in charge of like the rival tour that has all the fancy stuff and is all stuffy, and then they're going to battle it out somehow. That's what I'm thinking, but I'm here for it as long as Happy's in it. And but it's going to be hard without Chubbs. I mean, really, there's not much you could do. Andrew Gilmore, my prediction, it's an awful cash grab like Anchorman 2. Anchorman 2 is not good either. You're right. It was not good. And the best part about the whole Chubbs thing, you guys, is just how unnaturally long they made his arm. It's one of the funniest things of the entire movie is where the wooden arm is. It's like 8 inches longer than the other arm for no reason. It's the funniest part of that. Mikey Pohl says Chubbs died in the original movie, though. Yeah, but you could, like, if you have a 30-year gap, you could find a way to make that all come back somehow as a ghost, or like, I don't know, you could do something, or have a cameo of him. That's another thing you could do. Even though he's dead, have a cameo of him dressed as somebody else in the new movie. It's all in the hips. Yeah, it's all in the hips. What are you doing? He goes, I'm easing the tension. He goes, yeah, well, ease it on someone else. That's a great line. Yeah, well, ease it on. Oh, my gosh. Nikki Dean loves to be heard and seen. What's going on, brother? Good morning.
Oh, man. I'm just glad Kent's back. It's fun to have somebody to argue with a little bit and not get too serious.
Yeah, Kent's a good guy, man. I'm glad to have him here. We're getting some more people from some different fan bases. I think that's a good sign. I like to mix it up like that.
One thing, and Goolsby both missed on the Patreon this morning.
Ooh,
I don't know if Marcus Freeman cares if either Minchie or Angeli transfer out. He wants to keep one of them. Now, hear me out. You use Leonard as the starter. He gets a 10 or 14-point lead. You bring one of those guys in, see how they do. If they start screwing up, you bring Carr in. Then you bring Leonard back out if you need to, if you lose the lead. See what I'm saying?
Is that
get Carr that experience?
Is that too much chaos? Like when they're trying to set this all up, do they want to run through, does that get tricky if you're running out that many guys? Also, Nick, I don't know the answer to this, so I'll ask you. What if they don't want to burn Carr's red shirt? Is that a reason that you could what does that do to all this? Because I don't think they want to burn that red shirt if they don't have to. They want to preserve that year for him.
Well, I don't think they're worried about that red shirt because they got Deuce coming in next year. Right now, they got Deuce coming in next year. So that red shirt is a non-entity to them. They got to get the most out of Carr they can for the next couple of years.
Because I don't think Deuce is a play right away guy either, because he's so raw. He has more athleticism than like 20 of our last quarterbacks combined, but he's so raw. I don't know if he's a year one guy either. So I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's why you want to get Carr the experience this year that you can.
Oh man.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. But Nick, here's a part of this discussion that makes me uncomfortable. The other part that makes me uncomfortable is if you did what you're saying to any extent or bump Carr up to backup or whatever, then what message does that tell Angeli and Minchie? You could lose both. And then you go from a really, really deep quarterback room to one that isn't that deep at all. And I'm wondering if they're nervous about that, what message that sends. But if Carr's doing that well, you don't have a choice. You got to bump him up if he's doing that well.
You're right. And I think they're going to concentrate on keeping one, either Minchie or Angeli.
Yeah.
I don't think Carr's going anywhere. He just got here. So they're going to try to keep one of those two, have 3 quarterbacks for the season, because Leonard's going to get hurt again. I hate to say it, but the guy has a knack to getting hurt.
Man, that's rough.
So
yeah,
you got to have one of those guys. Okay, we need you to start this week. If you start screwing up, Carr, you're in there, because if all the hype about him is true, because it's spring ball, everybody's positive, everybody's saying we're the greatest team in the world. Come on. We know we got deficiencies on the O-line. We know our wide receivers need to step up big time, and our quarterbacks need to prove themselves, whoever they are.
Yeah.
That's the 3 big things that I need to see this Saturday after I tailgate with you and Goolsby.
Yeah.
That's the 3 big things I'm looking for.
Yeah. And I'm just caught in the middle of trying to figure out whether I'm overthinking this or underthinking it with the quarterback thing. Some of it seems very straightforward and obvious. And then in another part of my mind, I could see the games being played to set things up the way they kind of wanted to structure them. But if you have injuries or certain guys play better or worse than you thought, then you may have to adjust. If CJ Carr's undeniably a better passer and more polished than these guys and whatever, then I have no problem going with that. You just got to have a plan and know what you're trying to do.
Well, yeah, and I think that's the plan. I think that's keep one of the two ahead of Carr and keep Carr and use Leonard to scare people, with the whole option of running. I don't think he's going to be running much this year, but,
yeah,
there's an option there.
Yeah. I don't know, man. And it's just Texas A&M such an interesting start to all of this because they're going to be rushing off the edge. Elko's going to unleash those guys coming at us. And you're going to have decent O-line play or a bunch of blitz beaters and everything else. It's going to be a great test, man, right away. You have no leeway. You're not playing Navy. You're not playing Central. You're playing a team with some real SEC speed rushers, and you got to be up for the task. So I'm going to be nervous about it all summer. I'm not going to deny it.
I am too, and that's part of the reason why I've been pushing to like Texas A&M every year if we were in the Big Ten. And that's what Indy football is supposed to be about.
Oh, man.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it's man, I don't know if we'll get there, Nick. If a part of me thinks it's a matter of when, not if. So we'll have to see how that goes. So I don't know. It's a big year, Nick. It's a big year. We're Notre Dame fans are ready to take a big step forward. I heard some other shows, some of the audio podcasts for Notre Dame. I was driving around the other day listening, Nick, and they were talking about so far what you've seen this spring. People writing in questions. Do you think Notre Dame could be a playoff team? And people kept asking that. Dude, I'm way, way, way past that point. It has to be. I'm not sitting there going, oh, do we think we could squeak in the playoff? Bro, I'm already at another level than that. Maybe that's insane to me, but no, you need to make the playoff. That's the bare minimum this year.
I think we need to make it and win 2 games. If we get that 5th or even 6th or 7th seed and get a lower seed in South Bend, and then we win, we need to win that next one. If we are taking steps forward, we need to win 2.
Yeah.
That's my bottom line.
Yeah. Man, but I was a little surprised. People were like, oh, I don't know. Do you think they could be a playoff team? Bro, my mind is way beyond that point. That is built into the cake here. You gotta be in that thing. And I have heard, Andrew brings this up. Multiple people have been talking about Freeman trying to get an extension and what this year could do for that to give him a little more comfort and security. There's a lot riding on this year. I'm targeting 11-1, And it's hard to go 11-1 if the one comes week 1. So that's where everything hinges to me. It's a big moment. Here we are again.
And I don't think we're going to lose to Texas A&M. I think it's going to be close in the first half. Then Denbrock's going to come out and he's going to prove his mettle. That second half, we're going to do something Notre Dame hasn't done in years. It's called make adjustments.
What is that?
That would be a thing of beauty.
No, Nick.
That would be a thing of beauty.
No, you're totally wrong. Notre Dame's made a lot of adjustments in second halves. And the adjustments were from going from really bad to extremely bad. Those are the adjustments we made, is from bad to worse in big games in the second half. But I think you're right, man. And that's another big thing I can't measure is Mike Denbrock's impact overall. I think it's going to be a big feather in Notre Dame's cap and really help the offense be competitive. I just don't have any way to measure how much. And so that's something I'm going to think about all summer. How big of an impact?
My feeling is Denbrock's going to get us at least 1.5 more wins over Parker. I mean, come on. Tommy Rees could have got us more than Parker last year.
Yeah, man, I just, the vision, I have more trust in the game planning, like whatever they're going to draw up. I trust that. Okay. Now people are pushing back saying we did make good adjustments, bro, not against good teams.
Yeah.
What good adjustments? We're not doing this. I'm not interested in the adjustments you make to squeak by somebody you should beat anyways.
Yeah.
He made good he made good adjustments against Ohio State. How many points did you score?
Where are the adjustments against Clemson? When you saw
wait. I'm not doing this. 14 points is not an adjustment. 14 points in your biggest game of the year. What was adjusted? 14? But bro, there's not a football game alive unless it's against the 85 Bears defense that I'm going to look at 14 overall points and say a lot of great offensive adjustments got done. I can't do that. Sorry, blood pressure's up. Here we go again.
Here you go, Johnny. Here's an adjustment. How about Notre Dame learns what a slant route is?
Ooh, I like that.
And actually runs it more than once.
I like that.
Or a screen.
Nick, there's 80 college games on every weekend. And when I watch them, teams that have a quarter of the talent of Notre Dame run these quick slants over the middle and hit their guys in stride right between the levels of the defense, and they're off and running. I see that every week all over the place. Why don't we do it? Why isn't that a part of Notre Dame's plan?
Oklahoma State used it against us in the bowl game and torched us in the second half. Torched us.
Yeah.
What the heck?
I think this is all going to change. I think Mike Denbrock is capable of scheming some things up, and some of this they've acknowledged. When you have Love out there catching passes and doing some of that, I think they're signaling to you, we got to find a way to get the ball in our playmakers' hands more often with space to do something. So I'm confident we're going to get more of that.
Okay, John. One quick question. I got about 10 minutes before I have to leave. So I want to hear your answer to this. Has Notre Dame in the past 3 years ran one wheel route with a running back?
Ooh.
I don't remember it.
They may have, but dude, I like when you could draw that up nice and pretty and drop it in at the right time. There's nothing better. I like that. I like that that's in your head. I can't think of one. I'm sure there's got to be one somewhere, right? But it's not popping in. Yeah.
They might have run it. They didn't complete it. And they sure as heck didn't complete it for 80 yards like, I don't know, half of the NCAA college football programs do at least once a year, if not once a month.
Yeah.
Notre Dame has never done that in my recollection.
You're going to see some new action here. And I'm just trying not to get over invested in expecting the world from Denbrock. But I do think you're going to see a different way to get some offense out there and done. And I'm ready for it. I'm here for it. And Denbrock, I trust him. He knows what this needs to look like. That's the biggest thing. It's not a mystery to him. He knows what this needs to look like. Think about Nick. Think about the difference between that and Parker trying to feel his way through on the fly. Denbrock knows what it needs to look like to be good enough. I like that. He knows what it looks like. Therefore, he has a good gauge of where we're not at and how we need to get there. I like that. This guy knows what it needs to be, and he's going to try and get us there.
Yeah, and he's got to. I mean, if Marcus Freeman wants his extension, he's got to look at Denbrock and say, look, unless I step in front of you and say, no, we're running the ball, this is your offense. I don't know enough about offense. You're the offensive guru. It's been proven. Heisman Trophy winner last year, top scoring offense. Top scoring offense. Notre Dame wasn't last year. They were close, but, 37 points a game. But anyway.
Yeah,
that's where we got to get to.
Yeah. And the other thing too is, I'm thinking about this defense getting to the next level. If the offense, even if they didn't score a bunch more points, but if the offense just stays on the field longer, goes 3 and out less times than they did, in the games we lost last year, whatever, that defense is going to get even better just from that. Like if this offense can pull its weight even a little bit more, it makes that defense even more dangerous because they're going to be able to grab a cup of Gatorade, get a breath. Like they're not going to have to be perfect. A lot is weighing on this offense getting more functional.
So you want us to be a ball control, spread it out kind of offense, huh?
I want you to score.
Is that what I'm hearing?
I want you to score more points in the biggest games. Nick, that's been the problem. You can score 40 all you want against Navy and Central Michigan and all that. The problem has been scoring enough points, putting together enough drives against the better defenses we play to give us a real chance to win without the defense having to get 4 pick sixes to keep us in it. Like they just need to be able to function better against better teams.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And I think Denbrock's going to help us with that. I just want Freeman not to be in the way. I want Freeman to be the CEO coach that Kelly was trying to be.
Don't you think that, but here's another good question, Nick. Marcus Freeman comes from the defensive side of the ball as a recruit, a player, a coach, all on defense. I wonder to what extent he's involved with all the large scale planning and stuff on offense. And then where the line is to where he defaults some to Gino and Denbrock as the offensive experts with more of that direct experience. I've always wondered that, and I don't have an answer of how involved he is versus when he pulls off and just trusts, okay, Denbrock, this is your thing, and I trust you, make a decision. I wonder that often.
I wonder if McCullough, being the assistant head coach, is concentrating on the offensive side. Freeman, being the head coach, is concentrating on the defensive side, and that's how they're splitting it up.
Yeah, it's man.
That's got me. Yeah, I bet that's what they're doing.
Or Nick, here's the other thing. A lot of like the structure of this, or like the play, like sure, Freeman's going to defer a lot of that to these guys, but even with the quarterbacks. Wouldn't you love to be a fly on the wall when Freeman and Gino Gaduli and Denbrock are grabbing a burger after practice or whatever? I would love to hear the way they are thinking about this offense in the future of that quarterback room, like what they see. I would love to be a fly on the wall to try and be in their minds of what they're envisioning this and how they want to shape it. I don't know.
Yeah, that would be interesting to see what they're doing. But I just think there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that we aren't seeing And this being spring ball, you know, everybody's great. Everybody's going to win the Natty right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
even
I know.
Florida International right now.
I know. Isn't it beautiful? You know, Nick, it kind of warms my heart a little bit, though. I mean that because everybody has, you know, that's a diehard college football fan. Like, God bless them. You know, everybody should deserve a little hope. And that's what spring's for. Spring is of everything's new and rebirth and like a clean slate. Like, everybody deserves to have that hope because, and so, you know, I'm not going to be mad at anybody for looking on the bright side in spring.
Yeah. So one last question. What time does the game kick off Saturday? Is it still like at 1:30 or something like that?
I think it's 2 Eastern, 1 Central, unless I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure it's 2 Eastern, 1 Central, I think. Them may be an hour off. That's what I thought. Also, is your lovely wife going to be coming with you to the game?
Yeah, you know she is. She's got to. She's got to keep me on a leash, man.
She's lovely. I can't wait to see you guys. It should be fun.
It will be. And you have fun with the rest of your show. I got to go to my stupid meeting.
Yeah.
And go Irish.
I know. Work just keeps getting in the way of all the fun. Okay, people are saying 1 p.m. Eastern. That's even earlier than I thought. Man, this tailgate isn't going to last as long as I wanted. Anyways, Nick, safe travels, and then we'll see you. We'll see you Saturday, man. Drive safe.
All right, you too.
Take care. Oh, what a good guy. Wife is lovely too. John is like Freeman. All the wives love him. You know what I get a lot of? I get a lot of when I meet these people in real life, and I got a lot of this at the NIL event with Sammy Boy. I get a lot of, you know, the guys know me because they're the ones that are usually the insane college football people. But then the wife always just looks at me and says, "You're the one that's on the TV yelling all the time." And it's like, yeah, that's, to be honest, when I'm in that situation and the guy's the one that like really loves the content in Notre, it always goes that way. And the girl goes, you're that guy yelling that I just hear in my house. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Oh, man. John, start the tailgate right after the drummer circle Friday night. Yeah, that's going to be a long, it's going to be a long tailgate if I start then. My kids call John the angry guy. I'm not angry. I'm just emotive. And you never know what's going to come out. You just don't. What else did Andrew say here? John, you made a good point. We're going back to the phones. I got a 773 and a 618. You made a good point in a previous video about the D not allowing a gash run TD. Stopping the run is tougher for ND's D than stopping the pass. Early leads might help with the run D. Yeah, Andrew, it's really kind of nuanced. Nick Dean, my grandson calls him the yelly guy. Jeez, this is my reputation. Everybody thinks I'm a psycho. I kind of love it, though. It doesn't... You get what you get here. Nothing's fake. Nothing's manufactured. You get what you get. I don't know any other way to do this. Here's my thought. The defense is really tough. But then when I look at all the games we ended up losing, there seemed to be at least one back-breaking run. You did a great job against Ohio State the whole game, and then that one run, even though there was an outrageous hold not called. Egregious hold not called. Still, you're in a bad spot, bad run fit, and it changed the dynamic of the game. Louisville cracked open a couple of those too, and then Clemson did as well. Now, maybe this is something for Goolsby and me because I am not X's and O's good enough to know where their responsibility falls. Is that something purely on the linebacker at the second level taking a bad anger, or like what? I don't know. Or is it shared responsibility from the D line? And yeah, I don't know. But when I think about it, you're right. We weren't getting burned in the past game like we were the last like 20 when I was in my 20s. We would always get burned by the deep pass. It didn't matter how good anything else was. They would throw it deep and our secondary wasn't even looking at the ball and we got burned 20 years in a row. I'm used to that. Little different, man. Can you just have some more sound run lanes? And then maybe you don't have that issue, but that was the biggest problem. So I don't know. You fix that, you might be cooking. You might be cooking. Roger Dodger, what's going on? Did you still see speaking of Goolsby, is he still on board for Saturday? Yes, he is. He's got some new obligations, though. That'll be good for us. He got invited to be on the local NBC affiliate, the South Bend version, where it's like on TV local in South Bend for the games and whatever. He's going on the pregame show. So he's got to do TV. So he's going to come to the tailgate. And then they reached out to him and wanted him to come on a pregame show that's going to be on the NBC channel. So he's going to come to the tailgate. And then you can't miss that opportunity. So he's got to shoot over there to the set and go do TV. So it should be awesome because he'll be able to do our thing and then go over there and they're going to say what's going on. And he could talk about the team and promoting what him and I are doing and everything else. Should be great. Should be great. Somebody said, I have an answer for this. Somebody said that it was the USC guy. Was it Roger Dodger? Somebody said that Freeman in 22, before the game, Freeman told Lincoln Riley, rather, take it easy on us or something like that before the game. And that's being debated right now. That's so Lou-like. Like, I don't know if anybody wants to hear that or not. Like, I'm expecting people to go, that's so weak. Why would you say that or whatever? That is a Lou Altz thing 100%. Lou Altz would know they're going to beat the team and then go in there and shake the guy's hand and go, oh, take it easy on us, blah, blah, blah. We're struggling. When he knows it, they were going to kick the crap out of him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of a thing I could see. So I don't know. It was just banter. Yeah, but where's the video of this? Where's the video of this? I feel like this would be a big deal if it got out in the ether or whatever. But I really don't think it's that big of a deal. That is like something I could see you saying just to say. Kent says, your O-line. The 0-5 is a problem. The guards are too small. The tackles are new, small, and inexperienced. Honestly, that should be your guys' main concern. Also, the linebackers. I think there's plenty there. I've come around on that group. I think there's enough there that you're going to be able to find what you need. And there's some more speed and length and athleticism and some, I don't feel as nervous with the linebackers. Kent, yeah, I am nervous, very nervous about the O-line. And again, if you had last year's schedule with a 4-week run-up of very winnable games where you could not have great O-line play and you're going to win anyways while you work it out. Ohio State was until game 5 last year. You had a month to work things out. Ain't nobody got time for that. Like that, literally, ain't nobody got time for that. A&M week 1 at their place. Now, I'm going to go back to the calls. Let me throw this at you. I was sitting there last night and I'm racking my brain about this offense and how this is going to look and what that O-line could be, and if they're not good, what it's going to do to the whole plan, follow me here. This is another spot where Denbrock makes a big difference. If that O-line shows that they're going to have real trouble blocking certain things up, I trust Denbrock to be able to pivot and be able to know, oh boy, this is not where I need it to be. We need to adjust. Whether that means a bunch of quick hitters, shortening your drops, coming up with blitz beaters. They're sending the same guy off the edge, dump a ball to Love right where that guy vacated, whatever. That's where my mind's starting to go. If you're going to have an issue at O-line, then I trust Denbrock's at least going to be able to try and work around it. Come up with a bunch of blitz beaters. Realize before it's too late, our number one set of plans we wanted to do is not possible today because this line ain't doing it. Then you need to adjust and do quick hitters, 3-step drop, get rid of the ball, like all that type of stuff. I trust Denbrock will be able to make those type of adjustments easier. He better. The gold standard says, can I come to the tailgate, John? You certainly can. Everybody's invited to the tailgate. It's still funny to me that I have people email me and ask, I've never been to one of your things before. Is it okay if I come? That's the idea. Nobody's ever been to one the first time you go to one. Come up and say hi. Crack a couple lids. Talk to Pat. Do whatever you want to do. John's comparison there was weak. I'm just saying you can't even say one thing, and now it's like John's calling Freeman Lou Holtz. Now I'm offended. What has he ever won? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's total Holtzian behavior to do that before a game and be like, take it easy on us, buddy. You know, I don't like our team. When in the locker room, you know you're going to beat the crap out of them. I don't know. I'm just saying, man. Give me a break. Everybody bring Krispy Kreme to the tailgate. I'm going to tell you what, man. You want to know what a good breakfast is? Miller Lite and a couple donuts. Tailgate breakfast to champions. Miller Lite, a cigar, and a couple donuts. You can't beat it. What a way to fuel your day, people. I like that. Slant, screens, quick outs, help a new O-line out. By the time we get to midseason, they should be clicking. There you go. I'm just saying I'm much more confident that under Denbrock, they will be able to assess these struggles sooner. And if they need to change things, do it sooner. And I do admit, Andrew, if you're still around, I do admit, now that I'm thinking about it more, Notre Dame actually put together a bunch of really good drives against Ohio State. They just didn't score. They did control the ball and put together more longer drives than I thought they would. I admit that. They put together more long drives to get down the field against Ohio State, but you didn't score. In 2 games of playing Ohio State, combined, you scored less points than you should score in 1 game. Like, put that in your pipe and smoke it. Not good enough. You scored 24 points in 2 years. That ain't enough to even win 1 game against a great team. "24 points in 2 years against that team. That ain't enough. It ain't enough." 773, what's going on? Good morning.
Hey, John, what's going on? It's Big Ten, bro. You know who I am, right? The guy that knows everything about conferences and contracts and networks.
yeah.
Right, let's talk football. Let's talk football because I don't want your head spinning. The first thing, though, with the Star Wars, I heard you say, here's how Star Wars is fabulous. Call your doctor and get a prescription of Adderall. You'll absolutely love Star Wars, and then go to Game of Thrones.
So there will be, I like it. I'll have extra focus for all the galaxy stuff and flying around.
For 4 hours, you'd be like, I know the name of everybody.
Oh, I like that.
I know the shit.
I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that, but that's perfect. Yeah, I could just see me getting all into it. I'm super focused on everything, and I'm remembering all the details, and I'll feel like I'm flying with them through that galaxy. I like that.
You'll sit there for two. You'll have Game of Thrones, and then you'll have movies. Godfather, all 3 parts. Hey, listen, John, let me take you through this and remind you, this is the offensive line, the quarterback. We're going to get to football now. The offensive line, the quarterbacks, and then Freeman's comment. Okay, the quarterbacks first. Now, I'm speaking from experience. I played in the Big Ten. My brother's played in the Big Ten. Different teams. Things might have changed a little bit. We go back a little ways. But, with these quarterbacks, they have to make a decision and not worry about, but if we pick Carr, we're going to lose 3 and 4. You have to pick your guy and say, we're going to sink or swim with this guy. And I'll give you an example why. Everybody sees what's going on with Israel and Gaza. And Joe Biden one day is with Israel, then he's with Gaza the next day, then he's over with Iran another day. And everyone's standing there going, what is Joe Biden about? Pick a country and stick with him. You don't want to be like that as a head coach. You don't want the team to say, hey, flip a coin, who's our starting quarterback this week? If it's going to be Carr, that's great news. And I'll tell you why it's great news. Everybody will be like, oh, he's a freshman. When Peyton Manning walked into Tennessee, you see what I'm getting at? When Dan Marino walked into Pitt, when John Elway walked in, they didn't say, oh, boy, a freshman starting. They knew we have a quarterback. For 4 years, we don't have to worry about our quarterback. So that's what you want. You want to have the guy. You don't want to be talking about the quarterback room year in, year out, week to week, day to day, because that means you don't have the guy. All right, let me go to the office.
So, okay, so I get what you're saying, but to operate that way, you got to know that you have a guy. Right? That's what it comes down to, is you got to have the confidence to know who that guy is and that the timing's right, and be able to hit your wagon to okay, so let me ask this. Do you hope Notre Dame's done with the 1-year rental transfer quarterback for the starter? I'm not talking if they wanted a depth piece, if one of our backups leave and they want another lower level guy for depth. I'm talking a starting level guy like Hartman or Riley Leonard. Are you ready for them to move off of that next year and go with one of the guys in-house? Or does it does it matter what names are available, or are you ready for them to do that?
Now, I want to see, like I said before, and I'm a college football fan. I played, but I like to see balls healthy. I like Notre Dame good, Nebraska good, USC good, Texas good. I want these teams to get back up to 10, 11, 12 wins year in, year out, and get a playoff spot, because that's what it's not. And I don't mean anything about the other schools, but when Cincinnati grabs the 4th playoff spot, college football isn't healthy. It's just not healthy. U.S. Southern Florida, or it was Central Florida when they went 13-0 a few years ago and said, we're co-national champs. That's just not healthy. You need Notre Dame good. You need Nebraska good. You need U.S. Everybody loves college football. But let me go back to the quarterback situation again. When John Elway walked into Stanford and Michael Vick walked into Virginia Tech, they knew by the 3rd or 4th game of the season, this is our guy. Let's play him now. Let's not wait till the end of the year or next year or whatever. This is our guy. Why should we set him up for 9? If Carr is like that, you need to start him. You can't worry about number 3 and number 4. You can't say, but if we start Carr, everybody's going to leave. Oh, well. Okay. Oh, good. They leave. That means the other from Mississippi is number 2 right off the bat.
Right.
Let him lead.
Okay, but all right, now wait. Here's the other part of this. This is a great discussion. I love it. Here's where that gets tricky. Where it gets tricky to me is when it isn't that obvious. Like if you're talking about Michael Vick or Peyton Manning and all that, like that's a different type of guy. I think that's where it gets hard, is where it might be close, but it's not totally obvious. Then what do you do?
Yeah.
I might say if it's even close, I'm going to go with the high upside guy that we could develop with and all that. Even if it's close and he's not head and shoulders, if it's close, I would feel like, okay, then let's hitch the wagon to them and go. I don't know. And you can't worry about feelings or any of that with the portal. It comes down to business. Like these are tough discussions to have.
Yes, no, you're absolutely right. Here's what you're hoping for. Everything will come together if this happens. We will go to camp. You know, you really don't know anything about the quarterbacks yet. I don't know if Notre Dame, our quarterbacks wore red jerseys. You couldn't hit them. You couldn't even come near them. If you said anything to them, the coaches got on you.
Yeah.
So you really don't know who your quarterback's going to be because they don't have to. They take off running. You just pat them on the shoulder. So you have to find out and make an educated guess through your experience that says, okay, I'm looking at Leonard, but I don't know where Leonard's head's at. Yes, the trainers are telling me his ankle's fine, but I've seen players come back physically where everybody says they're fine, and mentally they were somewhere else. They were like, he's going to get hurt again. I can feel it's going to get hurt again. So now if I'm Freeman,
man,
got that.
Dude, I really don't like how many people are calling saying, I got a bad feeling he's going to get hurt again. Multiple. Oh, I don't even like it. I share that worry too. I just hate that we have to talk about it. Ugh.
Yeah, it's terrible because probably right now, if you had a football game tomorrow and Leonard was healthy, that's who you'd go with. So that's why he's even in the conversation, because he's hurt, because he was through experience. He is the top guy. But you have to be realistic and say, okay, if he has all the experience, and if we had a football game tomorrow, if I were Freeman, I would start Leonard. But do I really know who Leonard is now after all? I mean, remember this. Leonard's been told, okay, this is what's going through his head. Leonard's been told since he got hurt in the Notre Dame game, it's a 3 to 4 week injury. Here we are in April, and he's riding around with a boot.
Yeah.
What happened to 3 to 4 weeks? It's been 6 months.
Yeah.
And he's got a boot. So what's that mean? They don't know. They don't exactly know what's wrong with his ankle. So he's going to come into camp. He's going to look fine because he's going to have the rest and all that. What'll be interesting to me, and I can't wait to watch the A&M game, is when he gets, if they put him in shotgun or whatever they're going to put him in, when he's got some space to operate. I'll know right away when he takes off running. I'll know where his head is with this injury.
Yeah.
If he cuts off field and goes for that first down, he's back. He's back. But if he runs straight to the sideline, he's not back.
Yeah. And
you know that.
It's gonna. It
makes
me uncomfortable, man. It makes me uncomfortable. And the other thing is, running is a part of his feature, like that. It's a part of what he wants to do, but I don't want him doing it a lot if he's not 100% with it. But that's also takes away from his effectiveness. It's a tricky deal, man. You got to hope he comes in there the beginning of August with a total clean slate. And we act like none of this happened. Because the scooter, it's all too much, man. The scooter's too much. The leg brace is too much. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Yeah, it's a lot. But you know what? As the coaches, your good thing you got, here's what you got going for you. You got Denbrock. That guy's got more. He's thinking about this stuff right now. He's probably thought about all this stuff 100 times already. Here's what I'm going to do there. He's going to get him in training camp, and he's going to run some bootlegs, making bootlegs and look at that ankle.
Yeah.
You believe me, he's going to know, like, hey, he's back or he's not back from training camp by what he calls, and he's going to run him. Now, they won't be able to hit him, but he's going to force him to take off running. I need you to get 12 yards. I need you to get a first down. Go get it. Tell the receivers just stop running. Make them run for the first down. Stop your pattern. Let them run for the first down. Let's see where he's at. But the thing with that is, okay, even if he looks good in camp, you're like, it's both by week 3, his ankle goes again. That's the problem you have with Leonard. That's why you can't be so concerned with, well, we have to start Leonard, even though mentally he's not back yet, because we don't want to lose this guy or this guy or this guy if we jump Carr over those guys. Well, you could play that game all day. If we put Carr here, this guy leads. If we put Mitchie here, this guy leads. If we put this guy, if we put Leonard fourth, he's not even going to try to come back from his ankle. He's going to be the hell with it. I got the money. Okay. And I don't even know where I'm at with the NFL now, but I'm not going to go up there and tear up my ankle again. That's what he's going through. And then you have to worry. If you're so worried about if you put him first, second, third, or fourth, you're forgetting the kid Mrs. Knight. Is that his name? Knight? The kid, the quarterback in Mississippi?
Yeah.
Well, you're not, if you're going to do all that, then you've got to take him into account. Well, if you're taking him into account, you want to clear the slate. Let them all transfer out. So when he visits Notre Dame, we have you and Carr. You have you and Carr. Can you play as a freshman? That's how you want to present it to him. Everybody's gone. They knew you were going to sign. They took off. So that's what you say to him. So don't worry about we put, all right, Mitchie Swallow, there goes this guy. We put Mitchie fourth, he left. We should have kept him fifth. You can't coach like that. You can what if yourself to death as a coach. What if they blitz? Oh no, Elko coached Leonard. Oh my God, the linebackers are going to come flying in, helmets first at the ankle.
Yeah.
Elko knows all this stuff. He's going to have a linebacker playing spy. He's going to tell him, I want you to chase Leonard down.
Yep.
And I don't have a problem with a personal foul.
Yep.
I'll eat a personal foul if you get a
I'm
shot.
telling you right now, if I was Mike Elko, that's exactly what I would do. And it is impersonal. It's nothing against Riley Leonard. He loves the guy. They're very close. This is strictly business. I'm flying off the edge and I'm going, if you wrap up that ankle and do an alligator twist, do what you got to do. I'm serious.
Yeah. No, they don't look at it as personal like that. Like Leonard won't, as a player, his former head coach is on your side. He won't look at it as personal. He'll look at it like respect. They kept the linebacker or safety in as a spy. He didn't blitz. He didn't drop back in pass coverage. He was just looking across the line of scrimmage. Wherever I went, he went. Now he's going to take his shots at him, but Leonard knows that's because he respects me. It's not personal, like I hate you. I want to see you in the hospital. No, of course he's not thinking that way. But what he's thinking is if I get that shot and I get the other quarterback in there, we're home free for this game. I mean, it's just human nature to want to play take the easier path. Do I want Leonard healthy coming at me? No. I'd rather have Minchie or who's the other guy? Minchie and peanut butter jelly. I'd rather have Billy in there. I got 106,000 people here. I want Angeli to show up for his first game, and I want to see him try to call in one of them. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you what's going to happen right now. Me and my brother play defensive end, they don't play linebacker. What I would be concerned with even more, the quarterbacks are concerned, but those two tackles are going to affect your defense. And I went through this in college. What's going to happen is those two tackles are going to absolutely control Notre Dame's season, because here's what happens. As a defensive end, if I'm on Texas A&M, I look at him as first-year starter. So I'm lining up across from him. I pinch it inside so I'm head up, and I can talk to him. And what I do to him, because I know the referees are 10 yards behind me and 106,000 people are yelling, as soon as Leonard goes, hey, I do the second part. Hey, he jumps off sides. I got all game long. You're going to be playing
games. You're playing games already, man. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's going to be loud, and there's a lot of pressure. Yeah. There's going to be a lot going on. The game's going to be moving pretty quick early in that affair for sure.
See, that's what I worry about. Like the defense, the defense is really good. Really, if they have any offense at all that could put together, say, 7 or 8 drives of 8 plays, 9 plays, 10 plays, making let that defense rest on the sideline, you'll have a top 3 or 4 defense. But that's up to the 2 tackles in the offense to give them an opportunity to be a top 3 or 4 defense. And it comes all down to the tackles. Yes, the quarterbacks matter, but if the tackles are their heads are swimming because they're playing against 2 defensive ends that are in their 4th and 5th year, and they're talking to them while they're trying to listen to the snap count and 106,000 people. Look, I've never started. This is my first game. I can't hear you. I can't hear the snap catch, the defensive end. He's talking to me. Both of the tackles are like, yeah, that end's talking to me too. I can't hear anybody. So once you get into a tackle's head like that and lose his confidence, he's in trouble. And you could tell by a tackle lose confidence by if you look at his hand. If his weight starts going backwards, he's not putting all his weight on his front hand. He's losing confidence. He's protecting himself and putting himself in a position where he won't win, but he won't lose. It'll just be like, hey, I won't look bad. I won't look good, but I won't look bad. Once you get him into that situation, you got him. You got him as a defensive end. And then what that does, and just so you know when you got to go, I'll just tell you one more thing. And what that does is when you get a quarterback or two tackles, and it's not like you have one tackle that is, you got two tackles. So where do you go if one gets hurt? Where are you going to find the third tackle? So, I mean, that's, to me, there's the problem the whole season are the two tackles. And are they mentally tough? They've never played before. But here's the thing with that. They're going to have to shorten the passing game because of the tackles. They're going to have to do 2 or 3 step drops and just get the ball to the receivers 5, 6, 7, 8 yards on slants, outs, whatever. Protect the tackles so they don't get, it's not a turnstile. They get beat and they get, but here's the problem with that now. If you go to 2 or 3 step drops and you just throw slants for 6, 7, 8, 9 yards, just move the sticks. Listen, now we won't worry about 35. But now you've completely taken away from Leonard his biggest strength. You can't run in a 2 or 3 step drop. For Leonard to be effective running, he's got to be a shotgun. He needs to sit 6 yards back there, see the whole defense, and the lanes are open because the offense is spread all over the place. So when he gets the ball, he can look. Is he open? Yes. Is he open? No. Well, whatever. But you know what? Look at that alley. I got 12 yards if I take off right now. But you have to do that out of shotgun. You can't do it from 2 step up. He's covered. Let me run. The guards in center they're already on top of you on a 2-step drop.
Oh,
so
man.
That's what the tackles do. They take away that shotgun for you, which takes away Leonard running. But I just look at this whole thing and go, Freeman's got a lot to go over. A lot to go over. And one more thing about that Freeman comment, I'll let you go. That's an interesting comment that he said to Lincoln Riley that says, hey, take it easy on us. Here's the difference. When Lou Holtz said it, Notre Dame was number 1 in the country. Lou Holtz did it because he knew what he was. He was so confident, he was giving a shot to the other coach. Oh, you guys look great. I watched you in warm-up. Oh, take it easy on us. I don't know if we want to play you guys today. And the other coach knew what he was doing. Like, Lou, go stand back on the other side. Right?
Yeah.
You're number 1 in the country. Don't give it back. Now, when Freeman does it, he doesn't have that cachet of being number 1 in the country. I hope he was kidding, but what told me that he might have been serious is he's looking for an extension. That tells me the confidence is starting to wane.
It's interesting. Yeah, but that would have been 2 years ago. That wasn't even this year. That was the first year.
Oh, okay. Then forget it.
Yeah, they said 22. Okay. They said 22, not 23. And also, I've never seen this on. I've never seen this video. That seems like something I would have come across. So I'm a little dubious because I haven't seen it. I don't know, my friend, but we'll have a lot to watch for Blue and Gold, and then you could give me a call and break it down after. How about that?
All right, buddy, John. Yeah, we'll talk to you later, buddy. Bye.
Have a good one. Maybe it's me. My brain just can't go as quick as he talks. My brain just can't follow. It's the Charlie Day thing from Always Sunny with the rope over here and he's going and then we go over here. I just can't. I think it's me. I'm open that it's me. Oh, man. 618, what's going on? Good morning.
Hey, how you doing, John?
What's going on, man?
Not much, man. I was seeing earlier that somebody was saying something about, like, I guess what's name got one more year of eligibility after this year, Leonard. And I'm thinking, like, man, look, just give Dude some packages, let Leonard move on after this year. We're done with the transfer portal quarterbacks, and let's go from there, man.
Yeah, you're going to be ready and have one of those younger guys emerge. Everybody likes the way Carr looks. He's the one. He's the one. Everybody wants to be the guy because he has a little more polish. And the other thing is he throws a good ball. He throws a good ball. That's not just me as an amateur saying that. A lot of people watching are like, man, it reminds him of like older Jimmy Clausen, kind of how he throws the ball, easy to catch. There's a lot to like, man, but he's got to be ready. It's a big task. He's got to be ready.
Yeah, he definitely got to be ready, John. You know, I'm done with the transfer portal quarterbacks because, man, what we haven't got anything good out the transfer portal quarterback. I mean, Sam Parker, man, I think Parker messed him up, you know, and I don't know what to say about Leonard. Leonard got a bunch of injuries going on, man.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I wonder how this year goes for Riley Leonard. I wonder how that is going to impact how the fans look at the transfer thing.
I'm already done with it, John. I mean, like, I'm tired of seeing transfer portal quarterbacks. Man. I'm tired of it.
Yeah. Yeah,
I was one of the ones in the offseason that said I don't think we needed a transfer.
Okay, now push back on this then. Push back on this. Earlier in the chat, when I said this, somebody brought up 6 out of the top 10 preseason ranked teams are going to have transfer quarterbacks. Does that make you have pause on your opinion, or do you think it's just different if they're a football factory than the way Notre Dame's building? When you hear that 6 out of the top 10 preseason teams will probably have transfer quarterbacks, what does that do in your mind? Nothing, because you're only worried about Notre Dame, or does that make you think about your opinion on that?
Man, I have nothing to do with that. I'm worried about is Notre Dame.
Yeah.
That's the only team I cheer for.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought is that I could see you being like, I really don't care. I'm only worried about our little world. So I don't know, man, but it's a good problem to have. It's a good problem to have. We have multiple young quarterbacks that we're excited about. That's a good problem to have. It's better than us having 4 quarterbacks that I don't like at all. You know?
Yeah, and I listen to other Notre Dame podcasts, and I'm listening to like how Minchie is throwing the ball, like how what's the name is scared. You know, it's like Marcus Freeman is almost scared to make him the number 2 because he's scared of the pushback from the thing.
What level tornado did you walk into? Is it an F3 or an F4?
No, man. I was giving my daughter a bath, and I'm done now.
Oh man.
But now I'm outside.
I am. What else are you looking for Saturday from Blue and Gold? Are you worried about that O-line? Are you looking at the defense? You want to see them wide receivers get some run? What do you want to see?
I really want to see what the O-line do this year, man. Because last year I thought maybe we'll have one of the better O-line, man. And then I want to see what Jeremiah Love do, man. Because I think Jeremiah Love has the ability, man. You know, I think he has the ability to not only lead the team in rushing, he has the ability to lead the team in receiving as well.
Man, I'm telling you, that running back group is going to be really good for a while now. That group is loaded. Notre Dame's best position group, top to bottom, running back.
Hey, John, I love Jadarian Price. Is that the guy who he's competing with for the starting spot?
Yeah, Price? JD Price. He's finally healthy, man, coming off that leg.
I like Price, man. I like Price, but Love has first round potential, man. He really does. He has first round ability.
Yeah, it's
he got NFL first round ability.
They got some serious speed and talent there. I'm excited about it. What do you think about those wide receivers, man? I want to see them guys run. I want to see him try. I want to see this
Yeah.
speed. I've been hearing speed. Show me some speed.
Yeah, I've been hearing the same thing, but you know what's the good thing is that we don't have to use up Cam Williams this year, is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that he's a little bit behind the other, he's a little bit behind the other
You know what? It
receivers.
does seem to be that way as far as just, I haven't heard the hype that I thought I would at this point. Maybe he's just trying to get adjusted.
Yeah, but I'm hearing like when they go routes, he's dusting the DB.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's clowning the DBs when they do go routes. It's just the other routes. It's like it looked like he ain't used to running them routes, man. You know how it is up there, man. Illinois football, man, is more about running the ball.
Yeah. And then what do you think about the defense, man? Do you have any anxiety there? Or are you pretty confident? I think they're going to be really good and they're looking for final touches. I really do think that.
I think we'll be a top 3 defense.
Ooh, I like it.
I think we'll be a top 3 defense, man. And with the run game, man, that's the only thing that ever really kills us. Is like, and it really don't kill us. It'd be like that one big play that the linebackers don't feel the gap, and then here goes this running back going off for 80 yards.
Man, yeah.
Because if you look back at the Ohio State game last year, man, you take that one away, Notre Dame win that game.
Yep, one more is all you need. Hey, man, you're cutting out. I don't know what's happening.
Hello?
Yeah, you're cutting. Yeah, you're cutting out.
All right. Well,
dude, sorry, man. You were cutting out. It was all muffled, and you sounded like you were in one of those. It sounded like, dude, I didn't want to hang up on you, but it sounds like you're in one of those Star Wars Galaxy phones or traveling in outer space or something, man. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that to you. You're a loyal caller, but I couldn't hear you at all, and then it cut out. There's a lot going on with the calls today, boy. A lot going on with the calls today. I couldn't keep up with it. I love my callers, man. You never know what you're going to get. You never know what you're going to get around here. That's for sure. Oh, man. Unbelievable. Yeah, and we'll wrap up today with a Michigan point and then an Ohio State point. On the Michigan point, it came out that they got in trouble or whatever, but it was just for the cheeseburger thing during the COVID restriction period or whatever. It was that. It has nothing to do with Connor Stallions or any of that. All this stuff that came out last night about the recruiting. This needs to be an appetizer, not the main course. Whatever this is for nothing. A nothing burger. Literally. A nothing burger. So all the Twitter about whatever, this needs to be just the beginning of what's coming. Also, have you noticed Michigan's recruiting it ain't going well since Sherrod Moore took over. I think people are realizing, why do I want to go somewhere where we could not be eligible for bowl games in the new playoff or something? I don't know why else would people not want to go there when they just won a title and whatever. Harbaugh's gone, so nobody wants to go. Was his personality that big of a draw? Maybe for Michigan people it is, and it's just never going to make sense to me. But I don't know. This can't be it. This needs to be the beginning, not the end. Whatever's coming, this needs to be the beginning, not the end. So I don't know. All right, you guys. John, this sounds like wishful thinking. I don't know. John, you look redder than usual. It finally got sunny. I'm out there mowing the lawn. Actually getting some nature. It actually did get kind of warm. So I'm able to get some sun, man. Get out there in the yard, move some grass around. Oh, boy. All right, you guys, that's going to be it for the show. I got some other stuff to work on. I've got to go. I've got some errands to run. Got to fill up a trunk full of beer. Like, I got stuff to do to get ready for this weekend. John's the creepy neighbor that mows the lawn with no shirt on. Yeah, you're damn right. I mow the lawn with no shirt on. I'm trying to get a tan. What do you mean? Yes, it's my lawn. Why can't I have my shirt off? And it ain't like I'm 300 pounds taking my shirt off, mowing, and everybody looks at you and they're gonna barf, and you have rolls hanging over and everything. That ain't my deal. I'm a skinny dude mowing. So you're damn right I take my shirt off and get a little tan. It's my own yard. Why should I feel scared about that? That doesn't make me feel weird at all. It's my own yard. John, can you kick a ball, and do you have any eligibility left? Yeah, does anybody know what the deal is with Bryce McTransferson? What's behind all that? I don't know. David, I mow with the Speedo on, scaring the children. All right. This show is this show. Why does this sound so creepy? Let John go topless on his own property. That just, the way you're saying it sounds so creepy. It just sounds, I think what it is you don't call it's, to me, follow me here. It's different. Topless is more like what you describe women as. That is what's coming off weird to me. Like me, I would just say I'm taking my shirt off. Topless sounds more like a category for women. And it sounds like dirty in a way, like John's topless at his own. Man, I love this show. I just can't. Just the topless, that sounds like a female without a shirt. I'm picturing me topless. Just sounds weird. Yak says, are we tailgating Saturday, John? Are you new here? Are you new here? Of course we're tailgating. John, you better not be wearing a Speedo at the blue and gold game. Yeah, it'll be, hey, where's John's tailgate at? Oh, I don't know. Look for the guy in the Speedo. Right up there. Right up by Frank's statue. Look for the guy with the leprechaun Speedo on. Oh, my God. This show. Roger, if you're skinny, then Speedos are okay. That you would say that, LA person, California guy. Or if you're European. I learned that when I went to the Dominican Republic on one of those all-inclusive, whatever. All the Europeans, man, the women were topless. The guys had Speedos. And you know what else? They chain smoke like you wouldn't believe. All the Europeans, that was the deal, man. Topless beach, Speedo for the guys, and they're smoking them skinny European smokes all day, one after the next. Lung darts. Unbelievable. Oh, my God. Hoping John wears an undersized Speedo. Why? What is happening to this show? Why is Rosie O'Donnell here? Why is Rosie O'Donnell here? What does that have to do with anything? And this is a person that I've never seen before on this show. And then Rosie O'Donnell's in here talking about Speedos. Oh my God. This is almost more entertaining than talking about the football. John is a banana hammock guy. Oh my God. Sometimes this show's so stupid, but I love it. John's got a custom Speedo with Freeman's face all over it. Why is this happening at the end of the show? What is happening? This is hilarious. Rosie O'Donnell was your dream girl. Yeah, how'd you know? Oh my gosh. Oh, this is hilarious. Oh my gosh. Are you a boy shorts or true thong? I'm going to promise you this. There is no other ecosystem in the Notre Dame content niche that goes down as many avenues as we do here. Wow. John's got... This is so stupid. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Oh, this is hilarious. Jay Carr thought of this. I love this. I want to do this with all the Notre Dame content people. Do a roast. Everybody, you know how you do a roast, not a Michael Scott roast where you end up taking it all personal and crying. I would love to do it for fun with all the people that are known in this niche, and we all have a good time and we go at each other or whatever. But I know it'll never happen because they'll all take it too personal. Because I got a list of them for everyone, including myself. Going at myself, the artist, but I have things that come to mind for everybody. Nobody else would do it, though, because they're all take themselves too serious. You can't have any fun because they all take themselves too serious. But having a legit roast with all of us would be amazing. But they will all take it personal. Everybody, so whatever. Anyways, yeah, we can roast you. Yeah, it's called the chat. Oh boy. All right. This was hilarious. And we're going to end it now. Man, this was a great end of the show. This was hilarious. Have a good one, everybody. What a riot. Unbelievable.